Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is another live recording of Rhyme Masters. I don't even know what I call this stream. I think I call it the quick stream, but uh, things are changing with that. So anyway, I'm Desmond, and I realized something. I realized that I have this thing of saying, yeah, I'm going to be streaming every single week. And then life gets in the way. And then I fall off for, a week here. Then it turns into 2 weeks and then 3 weeks. And I had to really figure out, okay, what's happening? Like, why I am very committed to this. And yet when things get hectic, I will reschedule my broadcasting. And I figured it out. I think I figured it out. At least I'm gonna try something. Here's the challenge. The challenge is in developing the offering and increasing the value of what Rhyme Masters can be, and promoting and showing what growth rap can do. There's like 2 things I gotta do. I have to bring people in and make content to bring people in. And then I have to craft the content within the membership, the courses, the offerings, and hosting the live events and the ciphers and things like that. And I also have to generate all those ideas about how to really make it meaningful for people in the community. And when I'm doing one thing, I'm not doing the other. So when I started promoting and getting back into YouTube and being like, all right, I'm going to be there every single week, I fell off on a project that I had going for called the Rhyme Banks. I set a goal of trying to do 100 Rhyme Banks, and I'm still committed to that goal, by the way. But when I started to promote and stream once a week and make content and shorts and all that stuff, I fell off of that. So I'm like, okay, I got to go back and get my membership content together, get the courses, get the ideas, and get the offering and all that worked out. And then as I start doing the thinking work for that, my notebook, writing down, just drawing out schematics. I'm just like, all right, how are we going to get people to join, and how am I going to deliver the value and still be able to, take care of my daily responsibilities and all that good stuff. And then my son graduates from college. My youngest son finishes his first grade. So we're having there's just a whole lot of things that are just happening around mid-June, late June, July. And it just fell off, right? So what I discovered in all this, the realization was I'm not able to do both. So, but both are needed. I need to be able to continue to make content for you to check out and to join and become a part of what we're doing here and get that value. And I also have to continue to serve the members that we have. So my idea now is basically whenever I have projects, I'm generally pretty good at getting those projects done. Not 100%, but I'm confident in my ability to say, all right, I'm going to make this album, and then I make the album. Or I'm going to create this Rhyme Banks idea, and then I create the Rhyme Banks idea. And I may not get it to the full scope that I have in my mind, but I'll get it going. I'll get the prototype going. And so I'm really good at executing on projects, at least getting them off the ground. Promoting those projects or promoting those ideas, struggle with that. So what if I just kind of made all the projects that I'm working on and just kind of made it a part of the marketing? So I'm calling, I guess it's work in progress marketing. I don't know what I'm calling it, but basically all it means is that I'm going to stream content or record or broadcast content. I'm not doing this live. So if you're in the comments right now and wondering I'm not responding, That's probably why, because I'm not putting it. I'm not doing it live stream, but I am going to broadcast it live. But I'm going to broadcast essentially just my content creation for courses or challenges or whatever it is that I'm currently working on. So you may not know, or you may know, that I released a book about month and a half ago, ebook called Fearless Freestyling. And the idea was to release it as an ebook, see what the response is, and see how it felt for me, and decide if I want to grow it into an audiobook, and then maybe from there growing it into a challenge. And I've decided that I am going to do that, and I'm going to start with the recording of the audiobook. So what I'm broadcasting today is I'm going to read the audiobook. This audio will become what is the audiobook that's available. That will be an add-on to the Fearless Freestyling ebook. And as I'm reading it, I'll take pause to give some additional commentary that's not in the ebook, just to add a little bit more value from it. I love ebooks. I think the majority of what I've learned comes through ebooks. Not ebooks, audiobooks. And because I can listen to the audiobook while I'm doing the dad bus service, taking my son to camps throughout the summer. So I hope this will provide some value for you. And another thing I'm doing with this whole process is, while I'm in the process of making, in this case, the audiobook of Fearless Freestyling, I'm going to offer it to you for free. So there'll be a link in the description. If this is on YouTube, when it's on YouTube, it'll be a link in the description for the video, and it will be in part of the link in bio on the IG page, assuming that I can do a broadcast live stream to IG, but the link in bio will still be there. And so while I'm in the process of recording this audiobook of Fearless Freestyling, if you are interested in it, you can get access for free, and basically you'll get access to these recordings, this video, the audio, as I'm building it out. And then once I'm done with the recording of the audiobook, then that's when it will no longer be free. It'll be some additional price. I might throw it in with the challenge. I'll do some things, but basically over the next at least 5 days, there might be some more. Take advantage. Get in and check out Fearless Freestyle in the ebook, and then also check out the audiobook as well. And I'm doing this because I just want to help people get past the fears that block their creative expression. And freestyling is a very effective way to do that, for a lot of reasons that I'll get into here in a little bit. But so that's kind of the intro to what's going to be happening here. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Again, obviously you'll get access to the audio by just checking out the broadcast. But if you need to come back to it later, it's going to be inside the Rhyme Masters community, and more details on that to come, because got to figure all that out too. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I am Desmond Span, if you didn't know, and author of Fearless Freestyling, free yourself to defeat perfectionism, achieve freestyle rap freedom. Air horns for that. Freestyle rap freedom. I love it. All right, so let's get this reading going. So what's the motivation for this audiobook? Welcome to Fearless Freestyling. This is born out of a deep understanding of the struggles that aspiring freestyle rappers and individuals seeking to live life on their terms often encounter. Lack of confidence, the feeling of being an imposter, doubting oneself and abilities, chasing perfection. The misconception that perfection equals excellence leads to a fear of making mistakes and hinders one's best performance. Playing it safe, the tendency to stay within, I'll say that again, playing it safe, the tendency to stay within the comfort zone limits potential and growth. No joy in freestyling, the constant comparison to an unattainable standard of perfection, stripping away the freedom and joy in freestyling and feeding self-doubt. The goal here is to help you break free from the confines of perfectionism. This will enable you to unlock opportunities, overcome barriers such as shame, self-doubt, and negative self-talk. Focus on the journey, shift the focus from the unrealistic idea of perfection to the journey towards excellence. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. I will be with you every step of the way, guiding you through your personal growth with rap as our shared tool. Okay. Other motivations for this ebook, at least just one. This whole idea was born out of me recognizing the role freestyle rap has played in my life to be able to defeat my own perfectionism. And it also represents the reason why I essentially made my students in hip hop lit freestyle at least once a week. And it wasn't because, again, I wanted them to rap, but it was because I knew that they were afraid to share themselves of any kind, perform in a class, speak in front of a class. Like, there's just a whole lot of fear and apprehension that I saw my students carrying that just got in the way of their learning experience. And the only way that I've learned to really break through is through facing it and going at the fear head on. So that's really the motivation behind this whole book and this whole experience, is getting us to confront our fears directly with the joy and fun of freestyling. And everything that comes along with it is part of the experience. And that's what I want to help you navigate through this book and through this challenge eventually. All right. Okay, we're going to go on to the next section. Finding my freestyle voice. From the moment I heard Thuggish Ruggish Bone in 5th grade, I was drawn to the rhythm, the rhyme, and the raw energy of rap music. It wasn't until high school, however, that I began to seriously consider freestyling. It looked like so much fun, but I was trapped in my own head. Fear of judgment shackled me. I worried my words wouldn't be cool enough and wouldn't measure up to the raps I heard around me. The themes of gangs, getting girls, of living the hard life weren't my experiences. I didn't feel comfortable speaking on them. It wasn't until I arrived at Fisk University, FU baby, we used to say that back in the day, that I found my voice in the art of freestyling. At an open mic night, I stumbled upon spoken word artists who were freestyle rapping about self-actualization, social justice, hip-hop culture, and creativity. These topics resonated with me, and finally, I found my voice in freestyling. But even then, my journey was far from over. I freestyled every day, going to and from classes, my desire to excel, cultivated from a background in basketball. It led me to approach it with strict discipline. I always strove to get better, to the point where I lost sight of why I loved it in the first place. I remember performing and hearing myself freestyle. To the audience, it sounded good, but to me, it was a litany of mistakes, missed opportunities, and fumbled rhymes. The joy of freestyling was sucked out of my drive to. Let me try that again. The joy of freestyling was sucked out by my drive to be perfect in my craft. This realization was a wake-up call. I recognized that perfectionism didn't just affect my love of freestyling, but seeped into all areas of my life. My fear of failure has been there since the beginning. That's why I believe it's crucial to address this issue at the start of our creative journeys. And that's why I'm here to guide you on your path. All right, funny story about this, or just really this intro, or just a funny story. So it's 9th grade. I'm in San Diego, California, going to Point Loma High School. And I'm not sure if it was the class before lunch or if it was the day before, like at the nighttime before I had class the next day. But either way, I made my first attempt to write a rap, and I was successful. Had a single leaf of paper, lined paper, and I wrote about a paragraph's worth of a rap. And I'm like, okay, I guess I did it. But was it good? I don't know. I had no clue. So my friend at the time was there, and we're like, I think on our way to lunch. I'm not sure, but I'm like, hey, he's a guy I trust. I'm gonna give him this rap, and I'm gonna ask for his feedback on it. So I gave him the piece of paper, like, hey, I wrote my first rap. Just curious what you think about it. He's like reading it, looking at it, not giving me much in his face. I'm just like, does he like it? Does he not like it? I don't know. He gets to the end and looks up, and he gives me one bit of feedback. He said, yeah, seems like you wrote this rap like in paragraph form. And that's it. That's all he gave me. And I didn't know about line breaks. I didn't know about how to structure it so the rhyme was very easy to predict. But with that feedback, I took it as, I can't write raps. So I didn't try again until probably like my junior year in high school. I moved from San Diego at that time and moved up here to Portland, Oregon. And that's when I started at least trying to write raps again. But I still wasn't writing raps in high school. I was writing more poetry then, but that's when I got back into it. So all that to say, that's how much of a perfectionist I was that one. And it wasn't, he didn't say it sucked. He might even said it was, decent and good. But I don't remember that part. I just remember the critique that I wrote it in a paragraph format instead of like a line format. And that was enough to crush my attempt to write a rap again. All right, let's get back to the book. Okay. 3 mindset shifts. Myths of freestyle perfectionism. All right, I might have some fun with this reading because of how it starts. Here we go. In the world of freestyle rap, a silent battle rages. This struggle is rooted in myths about perfection, creativity, and expression that, if left unchallenged, stifle our growth. As we embark on this journey together in fearless freestyling, let's dismantle these myths and discuss 3 mindset shifts to break free of perfectionism. All right, I just had to do that. I don't know why, but I did. All right, so number 1, from perfection to excellence. The most pervasive myth is that perfection is synonymous with excellence. This belief holds that to achieve greatness, one must deliver flawlessly every time. Yet, in my own journey from a hesitant high school, I'm going to say that again. Yet, as my own journey from a hesitant high school enthusiast to a confident freestyler shows, true excellence lies in the willingness to embrace imperfection. It's in the moments when the rhyme doesn't land as planned that we find our most authentic voice and connect most deeply with our audience and ourselves. All right, said simply, instead of striving for perfection, strive for excellence. Said even in another way, when we strive for excellence, we will make mistakes. You can have excellence and still have mistakes. That's all that mindset shift is. So it's not about being flawless. It's about achieving excellence as you define it. And we'll get into more of that later in the book. All right, number 2, from mistakes as failures to opportunities for growth. Many believe that a mistake in a freestyle is a mark of failure. This myth can trap artists in a cycle of fear and hesitation, where the dread of making mistakes overshadows the creative process. Through my evolution in freestyling, I've learned that each mistake is not a setback, but a stepping stone. It's an invitation to learn, adapt, and grow, transforming our craft into something richer and more resonant with every attempt. All right, I'm going to read through these 3, and then I'm just going to give more commentary on them all together. All right, number 3, from perfectionism as protection to courage practice. Another myth that needs debunking is the belief that perfectionism shields us from judgment and criticism. This notion suggests that if we can deliver the perfect freestyle, we'll be safe from external and internal judgment. My experience, particularly within the nurturing environment of the Rhyme Masters community, have shown me that this protective stance limits our ability to be present, connect, and be courageous. Embracing our imperfections and vulnerabilities enhances our craft and fortifies our confidence and sense of self. For my students, I call freestyling courage practice. As we move forward, remember that the path to fearless freestyling isn't paved with flawless performances, but with a commitment to feel the fear and freestyle anyway. All right. So I'm going to give my last bit of commentary on this part, on the 3 mindset shifts. So the mindset shifts are really just about debunking the myths of perfectionism when it comes to freestyle. And if we can understand that we can still be excellent when we have mistakes, that helps. That's a good mindset shift. So it's not about being flawless. It's about being excellent in the moment. And number 2, so it's mistakes as failures to learning opportunities. I mean, I think said simply, we could just say it's going from failing to learning. Like anytime you make a mistake when you freestyle, it's an opportunity to learn. And how I even illustrate this is when you freestyle and record it, you can go back to those moments where something didn't come out as you planned. And then you can reflect on, okay, what was going on for you in that moment. But if you're avoiding mistakes, then you cringe at those parts. You don't look at them. Like you're like, that's where I messed up. But instead of it's like, moving away from it, it's like, okay, why did I mess up? What was going on in my head there that caused me to make that mistake? And then that's where we can learn to, that's where the opportunity for learning comes. But we have to actually lean into those moments, not lean back. And then number 3, this one, protection. So perfectionism as a protection to courage practice. Yeah, this one is like when you really dig deep at what perfectionism is, it's fear. But in order to protect ourselves from the fear, we think we can be perfect, and then we don't come across those that fear. We don't come across the judgment, the criticism, which really just kind of connects to this deep sense of not being good enough or not connecting in. Like that's like super super deep. But if we look at it as courage practice, then we understand that when we are feeling that uncertainty, that fear, that's when we learn to lean into that. We learn to still stay present. We learn to still execute and deliver, and that's what allows us to be bold and be courageous in our lives, because nothing guarantees nothing guarantees certainty, safety, or the outcomes that we want. And I mean, more of this will actually be in the audiobook, so I don't want to get too far ahead of it. But if we can, instead of having a mindset of like, I need to protect myself from feeling the fear, to I need to practice being courageous, then we learn to feel the fear and freestyle anyway, right? So that is that. Okay, I'm going to stop this one here because I don't want this stream to be too long. Again, check it out. It's free for you while I'm recording it. So if you want access to this recording, it might be a little bit more cleaned up, and I'll take away the where I had to go back and take some things, clean it up. If you want access to that, it'll be available to you for free. Just check the link in the description or in the bio and how to get connected to that. But I'm gonna stop it here, and then the next stream will focus on the day one of the challenge in the book, which focuses on your vision. So that's what's going to be coming up next. So I appreciate you being here and watching this. Yeah, I'm not too hard to find. So, find me on the socials, email me, fearlessfreestyling at, I think it's fearlessfreestyling at desmondspan.com, or you can really just email Desmond at rhymemasters.com. Either way, you can get to me. And let me know if you have questions about it. And yeah, as always, genius over doubt. I will catch you in the next